Out of your heart today.
I just asked somebody, I said, what you doing for Valentine's Day? She was like, I got a date.
She's lying. Okay?
Why she got to be lying?
Why she got to be lying, man?
That is Taylor, my niece. She's lying. You know how I know she's lying?
Why?
Because yesterday when the cameras went off, she said to me, well, since I ain't got no date, the least you could do for me tomorrow is post me so I can get some more followers.
Well, maybe she got one
now. As soon as the cameras turn back on, I got a date. I got a date. I got a date. Yeah,
I get emails from people like, hook me up with Taylor.
That don't mean they hooked up today.
They might mean Taylor Rooks, though.
You're right. You know what? You smart.
Damn it, man.
Definitely Taylor Rooks.
All right, well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Bill Cosby.
Listen up.
It's just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, Bill Cosby has released his first public statement from prison, and he released this through his spokesman, Andrew Wyatt.
Happy Valentine's Day.
My political beliefs, my actions of trying to humanize all races, genders, and religions landed me in this place surrounded by barbed wire fencing, a room made of steel and iron. So basically, he has no remorse. He feels like he is a political prisoner, according to the statement. He said, it's just an accusation that's not true, and his spokesperson is saying, and what America has said is that women don't lie, women do lie. That's what his spokesperson said for him.
I hope Bill Cosby don't have a Valentine's.
He hopes he doesn't as well.
No.
Well, maybe he does. Maybe that's what he's into.
No.
Whatever he's into.
And you know, his wife hasn't gone to visit him in prison yet, but that's at his own request. He doesn't want anybody to come see him. So I guess it is what it is. According to other reports, they're saying that, and his spokesperson has also said that he's having a good time behind bars. All right, ICE has dropped the aggravated felony charge against 21 Savage as the cause for his deportation. So I guess they're going to have to go through his paperwork and everything to make sure he can still stay. But they have dropped that aggravated felony charge against him. So
what does that mean? He's good now? He can fill out the proper paperwork and be good money?
Yeah, his paperwork is already pending. He already filled it out in 2017. So I know it takes years to process. I was reading somewhere the only issue is that under Donald Trump now, the way he's made the law is that you can't stay here while you wait for it to process. And sometimes it takes 4 to 5 years. So I'm not sure what's going to happen yet. But he does have children here. He has been, very community-oriented. So.
And he got that big guy Hove behind him, too.
Yeah, he has a great lawyer now, thanks to Jay-Z. So we'll see what happens. He was released on bond on Tuesday. And that's it.
And it's not like he hasn't been a productive citizen,
right.
Especially since he's been in the rap game.
Paid taxes.
All them goddamn taxes he paid, you better let me stay in this country.
All right. Now let's talk about Drake. His So Far Gone mixtape has hit streaming services. I didn't even realize So Far Gone wasn't on streaming services, but it has hit those streaming services for the first time. It's been 10 years since that mixtape came out. You know how I knew that was happening? Actually, because my best friend Santi Gold, he sampled her and has her voice on there for the song Unstoppable.
Yeah, with Lil Wayne.
And so they were trying to make sure all those clearances were right so they could put it on those streaming services. So now it's out on there.
Who owns that?
Who owns what?
That project. Is it Jay Prince? Is it Drake? I wonder.
Oh, I have no idea. But he did a post just talking about what everybody was doing 10 years ago. He said, for Future the Prince, he said, a decade ago you were DJing all ages parties. At OVO 40, a decade ago you were scared to share your beats. He goes on to talk to Boy Wonder. He said, a decade ago you were in a basement with pink insulation walls figuring out Fruity Loops. He talks to Bria Miles. He said, a decade ago you were working the makeup counter at Beverly Center. And Trey Songz, a decade ago you were the first person to recognize potential and give me a cosign. He told LeBron, a decade ago you came to my release party at 6 Degrees and made me the biggest artist in the city off your presence alone. He told Kanye, a decade ago I rapped over your beat because you just made the best ish. And even though you stay wilding on Twitter these days, I will never forget what you contributed to the game and my career. He told Jazz Prince, a decade ago you took a chance on MySpace and introduced me to Wayne. He told Wayne, a decade ago,
you took me out of Toronto.
You took me out of Toronto and gave me the biggest blessing anybody has ever given me. I will never forget anybody involved in this journey.
Sound like Drake got flued out a lot.
Even if you don't fit in this caption. So he also shouted out Bun B as well.
Bun B,
Omarion, a lot of different people that he shouted out. So
listen, man, the kid from Canada made his mark. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
10 years ago.
I think that's an understatement to say he made his mark. He made his mark.
I might have to post, when I used to have this show on Sirius, I had this segment called Don't Quit Your Day Job, and Drake was actually on that. It was for artists that were unsigned to play their music, and then people would call in and say what they thought about it. I'm going to find that and post it, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, I was playing Drake early, really, really, really early on the radio station, on the other radio, and people didn't know what it was at first, and I think Bun put me onto it. Shout out to Bun B.
I was slandering Drake really
know.
early,
We know.
you what I'm
We're
saying?
aware.
We know.
Way before there was Drake slander, you know what I'm saying? There was me
Yeah, we know.
slandering Drake, you know what I'm saying? So I can state my place, you know what I'm saying? I can stake my claim to
But
this
it's really
too.
funny. People were calling
right.
in and telling him he sounded like Bow Wow. It's funny if you hear it. And he sounded a little different back then. But I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Charlamagne!
Yes.
Who you give? Put your sexy voice on because it's Valentine's, bro.
Today is Valentine's Day.
Who you giving your
and,
donkey to, man?
You know, I've just been listening to my people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been going to therapy, and, you know, I've developed...
Let's see if you have empathy.
I've developed a lot more empathy, and, you know, for the past, 8-9 years, I've really been really harsh on the single women on Valentine's Day, and I just think I want to switch the narrative. Taylor told me to switch the narrative. a
Yeah.
little bit.
Some people have been tweeting me, thanking me for shouting out all the women,
Yeah.
whether or not you're in a relationship.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just crack the door a little bit.
We don't believe you.
Let God in.
Oh, boy.
And let God use me this morning.
Be nice.
We don't believe you.
Because I want y'all to really embrace the law of attraction.
Be nice.
All right? Because whatever you say you want, you will receive.
Be nice.
So we need to talk about that for after the hour. Okay?
All right.
Donkey of the Day, Valentine's